Yeah, good luck with that. Now, since quitting the hugely successful Pussycat Dolls, my next guest has been incredibly busy on both sides of the Atlantic. Before we talk to Kimberly Wyatt, here's a quick look at her story. When Kimberly Wyatt joined the girl group Pussycat Dolls in 2003, global domination soon followed. Their self-titled debut album sold 7 million copies around the world. Their follow-up, Doll Domination, lived up to its name and secured the band's status as the biggest girl group of their generation. After quitting the Dolls in 2010, Kimberly took a seat on the judging panel of the UK talent show Got to Dance.
For the first time ever, I feel like I just had to throw my rule book out the door because it was so brilliant.
Now, she's back to conquer the charts once again with her new electro-pop group, Her Majesty and the Wolves. Fantastic. And Kimberly joins me now. You look amazing. I love the outfit.
Thank
it's
you.
Absolutely brilliant. Really good. And you started off as... You were really young when you started, weren't you? About 7?
I was 7 years old when I started dancing.
Gosh. And you went in for a lot of competitions and things, so we saw you there as a judge.
Yeah.
So actually, you know what it's like to be on the other side.
I really do. I did a ton of competitions as a kid. I was always either rehearsing for them or attending, and won quite a few scholarships through it, and went to New York in the summers to train as well. And it's great to, you know, I feel like I've done a lot within the dance industry. With the Pussycat Dolls, we always worked at kind of bringing dance to the forefront of the music industry. So kind of having the opportunity to sit there and give other dancers the opportunity to be seen is just...
No, it's fantastic. I mean, we know, I mean, you had a great time with the Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah.
I know you said it was almost like the best training, the best boot camp you could ever have.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. We were athletes within that group, and we just, I mean, we danced, we toured the world and performed on such incredible stages. But I was also just kind of a fly in the wall, soaking up absolutely all the knowledge I possibly could so that I could bring it to kind of my next adventure.
Which is fantastic, because I would imagine, I mean, Pussycat Dolls, you said, great stuff, but you didn't have much control over what you were doing necessarily, because you're in a band and you're all sort of getting on with it. But now this is like your moment. You know, you really are. Now, it's Her Majesty and the Wolves. Presumably you're Her Majesty.
I mean, there's many ways to look at it, but I don't really look at myself as Her Majesty. I more think of, you know, Her Majesty is our imagination. It's just everything that we can put into the shows and the music that'll just bring it to life and have as much fun as possible.
Exactly, that's what we need.
Yes.
We need fun.
We do need fun.
We need an awful lot of fun.
I need fun.
I know, what I really like about you as well is you're a really positive role model, because you do, I know you're very, very passionate about making sure that, you know, young people don't feel under a lot of pressure to look stick thin.
Yes.
You know, that young girls in particular and young boys, because they're under as much pressure as anybody else. And I know that's something that you feel very strongly about, which is great.
I think it's of huge importance, and I feel that, you know, especially women in this industry are under so much pressure to look perfect all the time. If we don't start embracing our natural selves, who is?
No.
Who's going to make that change?
No, exactly. And I know that you have done a lot of work with that, and I think that's very endearing and actually very refreshing, because that doesn't happen all that much.
It doesn't happen.
Which is a shame. It really is. You've really sort of, you're also very passionate about what you do, and you see that in the programme. You know, you see that in Got to Dance. And you have discovered some cracking talent there. There's some scary stuff as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, God love that lady. But she's given it plenty. And this little kid, this little kid, she's from Glasgow, isn't she?
Yes, and she's amazing.
She's amazing.
We've had so much talent on this show, and I mean, even with Happiness, like, it was just kind of a fun performance, but it brought, you know, new light to me of just, you know, it's refreshing to see someone just get out there and have fun and show that she's just as passionate about dance as well, even though she's not a trained dancer. I think
she just wanted to do her thing. She really did. She just wanted to go for it. So tell me about this new project and about how, you know, because this is obviously something you've been wanting to do for ages.
Yes, you know, when I left the Dolls, it was sink or swim for me, and I swam fast, and I started recording music and trying to feel out what my next adventure was to be, and I met Spencer Neasy, sat down, we got in the studio, recorded music, and it just felt right. It felt incredible. I felt like we spoke the same language when it came to music interests and likes, and he called me a few weeks later and asked if I'd be interested in forming something together, and I don't know why, but when I hung up the phone, I started jumping up and down and screaming, and I was like, I don't know why I'm so excited, but this feels right. And ever since then, we've been making music and writing music. We just finished the album, and now we're here promoting our first single, Stars in Your Eyes, and this is just beyond my wildest dreams.
Oh, it's brilliant. I know you're going to perform that for us later on, Stars in Your Eyes. And is this out right now?
It's out on January 10th.
January the 10th,
Yes.
so it's it's imminent. It's very soon, and that's quite scary. I mean, exciting, obviously, because you know you're obviously very passionate about what you do. But there's a lot riding on this, you know. But do you feel confident in that you've got the kind of sound that you want?
You know, I think at the end of the day, all you can do is your absolute best. Put your absolute, you know, your heart and soul into it. And I feel that we've done just that. So it's kind of out of my hands now. And I just hope that the fans really love it. I hope people really dig the music. And I hope they buy it, because I have huge plans for Her Majesty and the Wolves. And I want to put together incredible live shows. So
I love
please support.
I just love the title, Her Majesty and the Wolves. You know, it's like some kind of Anne Rice novel, you know, like Twilight or something
I love
like
like Tim Burton and Johnny Depp and that kind of twisted, beautiful pictures that he creates. Burton-esque is like my new word that I live by.
Burton-esque, well, it's not a bad one to do. And still in touch with Pussycat Dolls? They're still very supportive and all of that?
Absolutely. I love those girls. I mean, we really were sisters, and this little bubble that toured the whole world and, you know, kind of took over so many stages. And I think that, you know, Ashley, the other blonde in the Dolls, we were good friends even before the Dolls. So when it came to doing the Stars in Your Eyes video, I called her up and asked if she'd come do choreography and dance with me. So she's in the video with me as well. And I'm always looking for opportunities to bring them in that make sense, that we can continually kind of collaborate.
Kimberly, it's a joy to see you.
Thank you.
Loving the outfit.
Thank you.
I'm sure Mark Hayes will approve very mightily. Thank you so much indeed.